Not gonna lie, matchmaking didn't feel any better. Of course it didn't. I don't think they changed something. Or even if they did, it's not noticeable. I believe they did say once you hit legendary, resin won't be calculated into matchmaking. Yes. And they didn't change that. Your resonance doesn't matter. You can match up with anyone randomly higher than 3.5k. But most of the time, even lower people, like even lower than 3.5k, gets the same treatment. They didn't change this now. They just added this explanation. It was working like that, and now it's gonna keep working like that. Now we just have more info. And there is another part, and it's supposed to make the matchmaking better, more optimized. But they said that before. They said that we are taking into consideration resonance, secondary stats. If you really take these into consideration really good, you don't have to give a fuck about another thing. I mean, what they are taking into consideration, your combat rating, of course, sure, but I mean, like, what else there left if you really calculate secondaries and resonance? What else do you have to worry about? If they can manage, of course, like, think about everything, runes, reforge bonuses, but I mean, they weren't really able to do a good job with just resonance or secondaries. I don't think they can manage something better with everything. And don't forget, we can blame them as much as we want. Even the algorithm is perfect, it really depends on the player base. For example, if everyone goes Tempest or Barb, yeah, it's not gonna be a good experience. But this is just the class balance part, not the stat-wise. And to be honest, like I said, 60%, sometimes 65% of my games were okay. Always good. Like I'm saying 60%. So just accept that 40% of the time you will get fucked or you are not gonna enjoy the game that much. Then everything will be fine. But if you are looking to bitch about every single game, yeah, you are gonna bitch a lot. And no one is gonna give a fuck about that. Because it happens to everyone. Just you need to accept that and move on. Or I mean, you can leave the game too. Who is holding you? Because it is tiring to hear people like crying about this and that. Yeah, you are 2k and once in a while, or I don't know, sometimes a lot. Unfortunately, you are gonna be fodder to 10k. This is how this game works. That those guys gonna just walk through you and they don't even notice you there, and you will be dead. This is part of the game. I'm just being honest. If this really bothers you, unfortunately this game's pay to win is not for you. I'm not defending the game, but this is how it is. And I'm sure as a 2k, don't you have fun at least half of your games? To be honest, if you are not having fun at least half of your games, you should quit. Right, what are you doing? Like, do you like to be fucked? Right? Anyways, enough ranting about matchmaking. Long story short, don't expect things to change drastically. This is how it works, unfortunately. And you knew this from start. I'm just accepting my 40% and I'm moving on. Whatever you are playing, damage over time and grace annoys everyone, annoys Vale too. Vales as well. At least you can do that, you can give it a shot to that. At least you can prevent them from bandaging, that's something. I'm sure that's not gonna be that fun. Just running and dying like I am doing right now. But it is how it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not a whale game or something like that. I'm just giving examples. I like to die when I play Necro because it fits with the theme of the class. Today I'm playing with 4K Rezo. Yesterday I was playing with 5.1. To be honest, there is not much difference. Because I'm getting messed up accordingly, I don't really feel the increase of power except a couple of games in 2 hours. So don't get like catch up on resonance thing that much. Have decent secondaries. Try to get to 3K, 4K maybe. And do whatever you can do. And if I were starting today, I would just focus on one thing. Like let's say you are gonna be a tank or defensive player, right? I would go for all of the defensive jumps, all of them. Fuck everything else. I'm talking about PvP. I would go for Battle Guard, Frozen Heart, Spiteful. If I'm melee, maybe even Blessing. I would try to get as much armor as possible. And I would play classes that fits that setup. And let's say if you are gonna be an annoying player, just focus on your potency and run around with builds like these. Just an example. As a Demon Hunter, I would focus on Armor Pen, I guess. For example, my current goal is to reach high armor, and then I will try to increase my potency as much as I can. But if we see some sort of big meta change while I'm doing these, I can like change my idea. Bro, and like, for example, we are playing against Polish servers, right? Sapphire is going for 100, 120 in that server. Streams are going for 60, 70. Man, what the fuck? Why do we have to deal with that? They are paying less and getting more power. We are paying the double. And it's even worse in some servers.